Very good morning, students. Uh, in the previous session, we have seen the purification techniques. Some of the purification techniques are ion exchange method and the reverse osmosis process, which are part of our syllabus that we have seen in the previous class. And more two topics left in water chemistry. And this is also part of unit 2. That is in unit 2, you'll be having water chemistry and the corrosion. More two topics are left in water chemistry, that is determination of alkalinity of water sample and the breakpoint of chlorination. That I will explain you in the next or after completion of the corrosion. So today I'm going to explain you the introduction of corrosion. That is what is mean by the corrosion, what are the causes of corrosion. And along with that, I'm going to explain you the most important question that we will see in the next slides. Okay. So what is mean by the corrosion? Maybe you observed on the iron rod. When the iron rod is exposing to the environment, what is happening? When the iron rod is exposing to the environment, a brown layer is forming on the iron rod. That is corrosion. The rust formation on the iron rod is the best example of the corrosion. Not only iron rod, many metals are undergo corrosion. Yes. So what is mean by the corrosion? Why the brown layer is forming on the metal layer or metal surface? Yes, we know that environment is having many dust particles and the moisture. Yes, so metal is having the tendency to react with the dust particles and the moisture. So when the metal is reacting with the dust particles and the moisture, gradually the metal starts decomposing. That is spoiling. So that decomposition of the metal with these unwanted impurities in the environment is called the corrosion. So now let us see the corrosion. Corrosion is a process of formation of the compound of pure metal by the chemical reaction between metallic surface and its environment. So what is mean by the corrosion? It is a process of formation of the compound of pure metal by the chemical reaction between metallic surface and its environment. So when these two are reacting, the metal starts decomposing. It is an oxidation process. The decomposition or metal reacting with the dust particles in the environment or unwanted impurities in the environment is an oxidation process. What is mean by the oxidation process? Oxidation process is nothing but loss of electrons. That means when the metal is reacting with the environment, that means dust particles in the environment or unwanted impurities in the environment, the metal starts losing electrons. Metals undergo oxidation. So it causes loss of metal. So due to oxidation, metal losing its characteristics. Whatever the characteristics are there, those characteristics are losing due to the corrosion. Hence, disintegration of a metal, that is spoiling. Hence, disintegration of a metal by its surrounding chemicals through a chemical reaction on the surface of the metal is called the corrosion. So what is mean by the corrosion? Disintegration of the metal or decomposition of the metal by its surrounding chemicals through a chemical reaction on the surface of the metal is called the corrosion. The best example, I told you now, formation of rust on the surface of the iron, formation of green film on the surface of the copper. So you can observe the copper sheets. A green layer is forming on the copper sheet. That is also the best example of the corrosion. And not only these two, even silver also forming a black layer on that. That black layer also example of the corrosion. That black layer on the silver is called the tarnishing of silver. So these are the various examples of the corrosion. The responsible factors for the corrosion of a metal are the metal itself, the environment chemicals, temperature, and the design. Yes. So what is the main reason? What are the factors? What are the factors affecting on the corrosion? Metal itself. That means metal itself undergo corrosion, and the environmental chemicals, whatever the chemicals present in the environment, those environmental chemicals and temperature in the environment and its design. That means metal design. These are the factors affecting on the corrosion. But before going to different theories of corrosion, it is very, very important question. Why the metal is undergo corrosion? What is the main cause of corrosion? Why the metal is immediately wants to react with the unwanted impurities in the environment? Yes. So because metal is not stable in the environment. That means pure metal is not stable in the environment. Why the pure metal is not stable in the environment? Because metal is not existing in the environment in the form of pure. That means it is not existing in the pure state. Always metal existing in the environment in the form of ore. What is mean by the ore? Ore is nothing but metal with oxides or nitrites or sulfides, or that means when the metal is combined with the other chemical, that combined state of the metal is called the ore. Yes, ore is nothing but maybe metal oxide, metal sulfides, metal nitrites. These are the ore. Only the ore is existing in the environment, but pure metal is not existing in the environment because pure metal is unstable. Whatever the things are unstable, those are not existing in the environment. Whatever stable, those are only existing in the environment. Yes, so ore is stable, so it is existing in the environment, but pure metal is unstable, it is not existing in the environment. If it is unstable, immediately wants stability. To get the stability, what it is doing, the pure metal immediately reacting with the dust particles. What are the chemicals present in the dust particles? Maybe oxide, oxygen is there, sulfur is there, nitrogen is there. These are all present in the environment. So metal is reacting with these chemicals in the environment to form the ore. That means to get the stability, metal is undergo corrosion. That is the main cause of corrosion. So now let us see the different theories of corrosion. What are the different theories of corrosion? So we are having various theories, but among that we are having three theories. One is acid theory, and another one is a dry theory, and third one is a wet theory. Acid theory is not part of our syllabus, so I'm not going to touch the acid theory. And the next one is the dry or chemical corrosion, but that is dry corrosion is also called as a chemical corrosion. And the third one is the galvanic or electrochemical or wet corrosion. So dry theory and wet theory is part of our syllabus. But before that, what is meant by the dry theory of corrosion? Here corrosion is taking place in the absence of moisture. That means if the metal is undergo corrosion in the absence of moisture, that is called dry corrosion. And in that we are going to study the dry theory of corrosion. And wet corrosion is nothing but when the metal is undergo corrosion in the presence of moisture, that is called wet corrosion. And the study, the theory is called the wet theory of corrosion. It is also called as the galvanic corrosion or electrochemical corrosion. So I'm not going to explain you acid theory. In acid theory, only the metal is reacting with the acids. So directly I'm going to start the chemical theory of corrosion. Chemical theory is also called as the dry theory of corrosion. According to this theory, corrosion on the surface of a metal is due to direct reaction of atmospheric gases like oxygen, halogens, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide, and fumes of chemical with metal. So that is mean by the dry theory. What is mean by the dry theory? Dry theory is nothing but metal is undergo corrosion in the absence of moisture. Generally, metal is undergo corrosion in the presence of moisture. But if the metal should undergo corrosion in the absence of moisture, the metal immediately will react with the chemicals in the environment. What are the chemicals present in the environment? Those chemicals are oxygen, halogen, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide, and fumes of the chemicals with the metal. Yes, so when the metal is reacting with these chemicals, dry theory is called the chemical theory of corrosion, because in dry theory of corrosion, metal is undergo corrosion in the presence of chemical. So the extent of corrosion of a particular metal depends on the chemical affinity of the metal towards reactive gas. So it is depending on the chemical affinity. Though with what speed the chemical is reacting with the metal. So it is depending on the chemical affinity of the reactive gas. That means whatever the gas is reacting with the metal, how much speed is that? What is the speed of that gas with a particular metal? That is chemical affinity. And oxygen is mainly responsible for the corrosion of most metallic substances with compared to other gases and the chemicals. So that we know that among all these, we have many chemicals in the environment, many gases in the environment, but among all these gases and the chemicals, oxygen is responsible for the corrosion. So oxygen plays an important role in the chemical corrosion. So that is oxygen is mainly responsible for the corrosion of most metallic substances well compared to the other gases and the chemicals. So further, chemical corrosion is three types. One is oxidation corrosion, corrosion by other gases, liquid metallic corrosion. But in chemical corrosion, we have seen now, in chemical corrosion, metal is reacting with the chemicals in the environment. So the dry theory is called the chemical corrosion. What are the chemicals present in corrosion in the environment? Oxygen, halogens, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide. Yes, and fumes of the chemical. When the metal is reacting with the oxygen, that is called oxidation corrosion. When the metal is reacting with the remaining chemicals in the environment, based on that, the second classification, that is corrosion by other gases. And the third type, which is not related to this, that is liquid metallic corrosion. Yes, so there are three types of chemical corrosion. One is oxidation corrosion, second one corrosion by other gases, and the third one is a liquid metallic corrosion. So let us see one by one. The first one is the oxidation corrosion. Oxidation corrosion, in the oxidation corrosion, metal is reacts with the oxygen. So some of the metal directly reacts with oxygen in the absence of moisture. Yes, these are directly reacting with the oxygen in the absence of moisture. The best example of oxidation corrosion are alkali and alkaline earth metals. So here alkali metals are nothing but the first group elements and alkaline earth metals are nothing but the second group elements. So these metals, the first group and the second group metals are reacting with the oxygen only at the room temperature. These are not reacting with high temperature and the low temperature. These are reacting with oxygen only at the low temperature and forming the corresponding oxides. That means alkali oxides and the alkaline oxides. And while some metals reacting with oxygen only at high temperature, these are not reacting at room temperature and the low temperature. These are reacting only at the high temperature. And metals like silver, aurum, and platinum, these are not oxidized, they are noble metals. Yes, so there are various kinds of metals are there. One is first group and second group metals, and the other than first group and second group metals. And the third classification is the noble metals. We know that first group and second group, these are reacting only at the room temperature. And the remaining metals, that means other than the first group and the second group metals, these are reacting with oxygen only at high temperature. But there are some metals, these are not reacting with oxygen at room temperature and high temperature. Neither at room temperature nor at high temperature, these are reacting with the oxygen. Those metals are called the noble metals. For example, silver. We know many silver materials, and gold. Aurum is nothing but gold, and the platinum, which are more expensive, and these are using in the jewelry. These are not reacting with the oxygen. Maybe these are reacting with the oxygen, but these are not undergo corrosion. You can observe on gold and silver and the platinum. But I have given one example now. In the definition and in the example, I have given one example, that is tarnishing of silver. Why the silver is forming a black layer? Because of the additional metals which are added to the silver. Yes, because of the other than the silver metal, these are forming a black layer, but the pure silver is not forming. And whatever the black layer is forming on the silver materials, which is not permanent layer, we can remove that black layer very, very easily by using chemicals and by using powders. Yes, so silver, rm and platinum, these are not reacting with the oxygen at any temperature. So that is oxidation corrosion. So see here, you can take any metal here, either first group, second group, or other than first and second group metals. These metals are undergo oxidation. I said now, this is the oxidation process. What is mean by the corrosion? Corrosion is one of the oxidation process. When the metal is reacting with the dust particles, here in the place of dust particles, we are having the oxygen. Yes, in the oxidation corrosion, metal is reacting with the oxygen. When the metal is reacting with the oxygen, metal losing its electron and oxygen is gaining the electrons. That means metal is undergo oxidation and oxygen in the environment is undergo reduction. What is mean by the oxidation? Loss of electrons, and reduction means gaining of electrons. So here metal is losing electrons, n number of electrons to produce Mn plus. And these n number of electrons are transferred to the oxygen. But here, instead of that, we are having half oxygen. So half oxygen is gaining the 2 electrons to produce oxide, O minus. So this O minus and this Mn plus, or we can write M2 plus. M2 plus or M plus. Yes, here N is equals to 1. So M plus O minus is forming MO. But here it is reacting with 2 moles of metal. So it is forming the M2O. This M2O is called the metal oxide. That means when the metal is reacting with the oxygen, what we are getting? We are getting the metal oxide. So during oxidation of a metal, metal oxide is formed as a thin film on the metallic surface. That means when the metal is reacting with the oxygen, a layer is forming on the metal. That layer is called the metal oxide layer. Yes, that layer is called the metal oxide layer. And that layer is forming as a thin film on the surface of the metal, and which protects the metal from further corrosion. So whatever the layer is forming on the surface of the metal, and that layer is protecting the entire metal. So that layer is acting as a protective layer here. But there are some disturbances here. If diffusion of either oxygen or metal across this layer, further corrosion is possible. Let us assume this is metal and this is oxide layer. If oxide layer is decomposing, diffusing is nothing but decomposing. If there is any pores on, if there is any pores or any cracks on the oxide layer, what is happening? The metal will be exposing to the environment. So metal is not safe now. Metal is not protective. If metal is having any cracks, through the cracks again the dust particles going inside, so metal is not safe. Yes, so maybe there is a diffusion of the metal or there is a diffusion of the oxide layer. When there is a diffusion, metal is not protective. So what happened? Further corrosion is possible. So thus the layer of metal oxide plays an important role in the process of corrosion. Yes. So whatever the oxide layer is forming on the surface of the metal, that oxide layer plays an important role in the corrosion. Oxides of lead, aluminum, and tin are stable and hence inhibit further corrosion. Before this, I will just give the classification of oxide layer. I said now, when the metal is reacting with the oxygen, a oxide layer is forming, and this oxide layer plays an important role in the oxidation corrosion. That oxide layer further classifying into 4 types. One is called stable oxide layer, second one porous oxide layer, third one volatile oxide layer, and the last one unstable oxide layer. Stable, porous, volatile, and unstable oxide layer. Yes, based on that, I have given the 4 points here. One is based on stable, and one is unstable, and porous, and the volatile. Oxides of lead, aluminum, and tin are stable and hence inhibit further corrosion. That means there is no further corrosion in the case of lead, aluminum, and tin. That means in these kind of metals, oxide layer is a stable oxide layer. If it is stable, there is no further corrosion here. So they form a stable, tightly adhering oxide film. Adhering is nothing but sticking. Yes, so the oxide layer, whatever the oxide layer is forming on lead, aluminum, and tin, that will be strongly sticking on the surface of the metal. In case of porous oxide film, if the oxide layer is porous, that means if it is having any pores or holes, atmospheric gases passes through the pores and react with the metal, and the process of corrosion continues to occur till the entire metal is converted into oxide. Yes, if the metal is having any pores or cracks, what is happening here? Through the pores, the dust particles will react with the surface of the metal. So again, what happens? Again, an oxide layer is forming. That oxide layer again having a porous structure. Through the pores, again, the dust particles will react with the surface of the metal. So this process is continuous till the whole metal undergo corrosion. And the next one, the same point, porous oxide layer is formed by alkali and alkaline earth metals. Molybdenum forms a volatile oxide layer of molybdenum oxide, which accelerates corrosion. That means increases the corrosion. So the third type of corrosion is a volatile. Volatile is nothing but which can be evaporated. Only one example is that is molybdenum oxide. This molybdenum is forming an oxide layer on the surface. That oxide layer is evaporating, which is having volatile nature. So due to volatility, this process will be continuous till the whole metal is undergo corrosion here. And the last type is unstable that I explained here. Silver, aurum, and platinum, these are called the noble metals. These are forming unstable oxide layer. That means oxide layer is forming, but which is not permanent. I said one example, I have given one example, that is tarnishing of silver, that is black layer. But the black layer is not stable, which is unstable. If it is unstable, the oxide layer is removing easily, that is temporary layer. So the silver, aurum, and platinum, these are the noble metals, are forming unstable oxide layer which decomposes soon after the formation. So thereby preventing further corrosion. That means there are no further corrosion in the case of silver, aurum, platinum. So these are four oxide layers. One is stable, one is porous, one is volatile, and another one is the unstable oxide layer. So these are comes under oxidation corrosion. And the next type of corrosion is corrosion by other gases. If the metal is reacting with the oxygen, that type of corrosion is called the oxidation corrosion. But if the metal is reacting with other than the oxygen, that is comes under corrosion by other gases. In dry atmosphere, these gases are reacting with the metal and forms corrosion products, which may be protective or non-protective. Yes, so maybe it forms the protective or non-protective layer when the metal is reacting with the remaining gases or remaining chemicals in the environment. For example, dry chlorine. When the dry chlorine is reacting with the silver, it forms silver chloride, which is a protective layer. And while tin tetrachloride is volatile, yes, so maybe some porous are volatile, are stable, or unstable. There are no unstable oxide layer, only 3 are forming unstable oxide layer, but that depends on the nature of the metal and nature of the chemical. Yes, maybe forming porous or stable or the unstable oxide layer. In petroleum industry at high temperature, hydrogen sulfur attacks steel, forming ferrous sulfide scale, which is porous and interference through the normal operations. Yes, so there are various types of oxide layers are forming, and there are various types of layers are forming when the metal is reacting with the remaining chemicals in the environment. Yes, that is about corrosion by other gases. And the last one is liquid metallic corrosion. In the dry theory, we should not listen the word liquid. Yes, Because in the dry theory of corrosion, all the gases are in the dry state only. And there is no moisture in the dry theory of corrosion. But why the term came, that is why the liquid term came in the liquid metallic corrosion, that is comes under dry theory of corrosion. Let us see, let us look into this. In several industry, molten metal passes through metallic pipes and causes corrosion due to dissolution or due to internal penetration. So what is happening here in several industry? They're passing the molten metals through the metallic pipes. Molten metals are nothing but the paste form of metals are passing through the metallic pipes. So when the paste form of metal is passing through the metallic pipes, what is happening here? The paste form of metal is reacting with the environment. And when it is reacting with the environment, it is dissolving. That means it is converts to the liquid. The paste is converts to the liquid. And whatever the liquid is forming, whatever it is dissoluting, the dissoluted liquid is penetrating inside of the pipes. Penetrating is nothing but going inside of the metallic pipes. So when it is going inside of the metallic pipes, what is happening here? The metal starts undergo corrosion. That corrosion is called the liquid metallic corrosion. For example, liquid metal mercury. When we know that mercury is in the form of paste, when the mercury is passing through the metals, what is happening? The mercury is converts to the liquid mercury, and which is forms the amalgam. Amalgam is nothing but when the mercury is reacting with the other metals, that is called amalgam, thereby corroding them. Yes. So like this, the metal is undergo corrosion in the liquid metallic corrosion. What is the main reason? The paste form of metal is dissoluting and it is dissolving, and which is penetrating inside of the metal and undergo corrosion. Yes, that is liquid metallic corrosion. So these are the three types of corrosion. What are the three types of corrosion? One is oxidation corrosion, and next one corrosion by other gases, and the third one is a liquid metallic corrosion. So these are comes under dry theory of corrosion. Tomorrow I'll explain you wet theory of corrosion, and along with that I will explain you other topics also. Yes. So go through the classes and prepare the notes and make the important points here. And thank you so much.